quarterfinal action at Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. Mike Jakubowski with Hall of Famer Randy Peterson. Brooklyn owns a 2-1 lead, and now we move to team competition. Randy, we're 3 points.
Yeah, whoever wins this is going to win this match. The loser will be eliminated from this competition.
All 5 players in action now in our team competition, and will be led by Mika Koivuniemi. All 5 players will bowl on their starting lane, and then we'll switch sides for the 6th through 10th.
Mike J., I think you brought up a great point where you were inquiring about the oil pattern. I think it's a great point. And you, oh my, I'm a little familiar with that. You can see it in that shot right there. Remember when Mika when we first saw him in the doubles competition, he was pretty close to third arrow. Now he's about 7 to 8 boards left of that. But again, I think it was a great point you brought up. And will this oil pattern hold up? I do believe it will.
Wicked, wiggling 8-pin. Players will clean up their own spares in team, and Mika picks up the spare. Missed a single pin earlier in our competition. Winning team advances to the semifinals. Losing team is out of the competition. Jason Sterner, owner of 6 career PBA regional tour titles, will bowl the first on the left lane. First 5 frames for each team on the same lane.
And then they'll flip-flop, and then we start all over.
Move to the pocket, fast 8, 4-7.
You heard Andrew Kane talking about why he made Parker the anchor bowler for LAX. That's because he gets to finish on this lane that Jason Sterner just went high on. And that's the lane that finishes this a little bit softer than that right lane. A little bit left, a little bit more oil left on that left lane. A little bit less reaction than that right lane.
You got it?
That right lane's got some curve to it.
So spare piece. EJ Tackett up for Chris Paul's LAX. The 2012-13 Harry Golden PBA Rookie of the Year. Randy, Harry Golden, a big part of PBA history.
Harry the Goose Golden, he was my tournament director while I was on tour for many, many years.
Tackett 10-pin. I've seen EJ make these spares, Randy, and it's a unique way of going about it. Let's take a look at it as Tackett will line up. Watch the release.
I mean, that's the atypical power player's release and motion for throwing the ball straight. You know, we talked about it with Sean Rash. It's, you know, the players break their wrist back, they get the ball into the swing earlier, and they just let go at the bottom of the swing. End over end rotation, the ball can't curve left when it's rotating end over end, and it doesn't have any revolutions to it.
Smallwood drills a strike. Came out of this building.
Harder straight, baby. Harder straight.
Moved to Wichita and won the 2009 PBA World Championship. A strike on the board for Brooklyn.
Just make sure I didn't miss it.
Watch the rotation out of Smallwood's hand. He's got a combination of heavy roll and some axis rotation.
Andres Gomez up for the LAX. Third frame. All 5 players in action. Strike for Gomez.
And Andres has had some trouble, especially on that lane. Remember last time we saw him, he left a big split, was able to convert. Looks like he moved in a little bit deeper, and that time he got the ball to kind of roll out and stop right in front of the 1-3 pocket.
Haugen up, chance to double for Brooklyn here early in our team competition. 3 points will determine our winner.
It's close.
Mike Haugen leaving the weak 10 on the left lane. And Very unusual style in that he does not slide. He steps into that last step, and it's a lot like a power player's move, but Michael Haugen Jr. has made a career throwing the ball pretty straight.
Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Sorry, man.
Open frame. And LAX can now jump on it with another strike. And the man with that chance is Jason Belmonte, bowling in the 4 spot in this 5-man team lineup.
Well, there's no secret as to why this guy was voted PBA Player of the Year, and this is one of the best tricks in the sport, and when he's got that going, he's unbeatable. Nobody can loft 6-0 and get their ball to hit as hard as Jason Belmonte, and he's extremely accurate doing that.
Walter Ray Williams Jr. up for Jesse Williams, Brooklyn Styles. After the open 9-pin will not fall.
Well, it just doesn't seem fair when Walter Ray is covering a third of the boards that Belmonte is, and he leaves a solid 9-pin. 7-time PBA Player of the Year, and apparently the pins don't really care that he's won 7 Player of the Year awards.
And back-to-back Player of the Year awards in the PBA 50 circuit. The greatest of all time. Now, Parker Bone III, with Andrew Kane as the manager, put Parker in the anchor slot, meaning he'll bowl the 5th and 10th. Looking to add on to the Belmonte strike. LA has a double on the board, looking for a turkey, 5th frame. Slaps the 7 out.
I think, in my opinion, this is one of the greatest games that has withstood the test of time. Parker Bone III's game doesn't look any different today than it did 27, 28 years ago when he first came out on tour. It's amazing. He still has the deep knee bend, that high backswing, and the great follow through and finish.
Rash does what you want an anchor player to do. That's fill the frame with a strike, and there's a lot of bowling left. 5 frames will switch lanes. Jason Belmonte with a big strike in the 4th, taking advantage of the Haugen miscue. Will it be enough? Can LA advance to the PBA League? Find out next.